guys, thanks for coming back again and watching another one of my moon videos. I am Spiritual Muse, aka Crystals of Quartz, and I'm here to talk to you about our June 28th full moon in Capricorn at 1:53 a.m. So you want to put all of your crystals, anything you want to charge outside under the moon tonight, Wednesday the 27th, so that at the peak of the full moon, when it hits its fullness, they're out there ready to go. So we're going to jump into talking a little bit about this particular full moon and what it means. So Capricorn is conjunct to Saturn. Saturn is in retrograde. It's conjunct by aligning by less than 1 degree. So this opens up some seriousness, some distance in relationships, some guilt that needs to be overcome, some self-discipline, some emotional security. It's a good time to open up to loved ones, nurturing bonds, and admitting negative habits. Because Saturn is in retrograde, it changes things up a little bit, so it's about releasing karmic baggage from ancestors. It's about listening to your own inner crone, so the ancient witch inside of all of you, or the ancestors within you that you speak to, but really listening to your higher self. It's a good time to release any structures from the past. Saturn relates to establishment, the collective, and our feeling like we need to fit into that. So with Saturn in retrograde, it's an easy time to feel like you don't need to apologize for who you are. We also have a square to Chiron, and Chiron is the wounded healer. So we have some healing with the relationship of ourself that we need to work with. And this is all working internally, and Chiron can really be the key to opening up and discovering some things within ourselves. So having the freedom to go against the collective and be who you truly want to be. We also have a trine with Uranus, which is a relatively weak influence, but this can bring about some positivity compared to the Saturn retrograde, which can bring about some weirdness in relationships if we're not being conscious of it. So we must be really conscious to work with this Uranus trine, because it is a weak influence. So if we're aware of it and we're knowledgeably working with it, then it can really help us. So it's a trine that can bring about change, excitement, freedom from the overly cautious Saturn. So Saturn tends to be overly cautious about fitting in, things like that, not wanting to rock the boat. Well, this can allow you to rock the boat. It can bring about chance encounters, past life contacts, and breathing new life into the routine. We also have the fixed star Borealis, which can allow us to break free. So this is some really helpful extra things that are going on. We have Mars in retrograde. There's a lot of things in retrograde right now, a lot of planets in retrograde. There's 6 in total in retrograde. And Mars will be in retrograde until September. This can bring about huge amounts of change, a change of direction. We're thinking about the way that we use our energy and creative self-expression, as well as life, ideal goals, and the things we want to achieve, basically. We also want to think about toxic masculinity, which we've seen a lot of in our culture recently. So making sure that your desire to just like go, take is not overwhelming you. You want to also honor your anger, because Mars is the planet of war, so you want to honor that and hear it out so that it doesn't go crazy and do anything that would, that you would regret. So listening to your anger, telling your anger that you love it. So this full moon deals with career. We have the sun and moon at 6 degrees. This is a time where we're thinking about love, compassion, and business. You want to let go of anything that doesn't come from you. So like I said before, with the Saturn retrograde, we want to let go of anything that's ingrained in us, something that we learned, a learned behavior, anything that doesn't come from the source within you or your spirit guides, or anything that's like really connected to your inner self. You want to approach money from love and an instinctual childlike love, and to really take care of your inner child right now, because crazy things are most likely happening that will end up being positive, but it can really make your inner child a little bit anxious at this time. So making sure that you're giving your inner child the things that make it happy, giving it a little bit of love. And this is a big time for karma. Karmic connections are happening, as I mentioned before. Really paying attention to the people you meet at this time. And Saturn's really bringing up a lot of timing issues in general. It's a planet of time, so thinking about time, maybe some angel numbers will come up. Interesting things like that are going to be happening. We also have a connection between Neptune and Venus, which is going to bring about abundance, femininity, and connection to source. So we can heal the toxic masculinity with this Venus-Neptune connection by bringing about more femininity and balancing out the two genders. We also have a square from Venus and Jupiter, which brings about acting on fortunate events and prosperity. And finally, we have Lilith opposite Mercury, which can bring about an emotional catharsis. So a lot of interesting things that are changing. We're going to be remembering to take care of our inner self at this time. So thank you guys for listening, and have a good one. Enjoy your full moon.